Mason was 1, we went to the paediatrician and we didn't actually know there was anything wrong, like, because he was our first child, so we didn't really know what to look out for and things like that. And the paediatrician, what did she actually say to us at the start? She said...
it was because he wasn't walking yet.
Yeah, he wasn't walking, and
Yeah.
she just said, like, he's kind of sitting weird, like it didn't look right.
Mm-hmm.
And we were kind of like, we were like really shocked. And then it went from there. He had tests over here, genetic testing. I think they were just basic ones. And then we were sent away. He had MRI, Alder Hay. He went to Great Ormond Street and seen a neurologist because he doesn't speak either. And then we went to the Liverpool, it's the women's hospital, but they do genetics there. And they had like more in-depth genetic testing where she kind of looked at him and kind of thought what she thought was wrong. So we looked at like Angelman syndrome and there was another
Williams syndrome.
Williams syndrome. And we tested for them, but they came back clear as well. So that's why we started the fundraiser, because we wanted to... In America, they have this WES testing, which is... I think really in depth, like looking at literally what chromosomes are missing and stuff like that. And I think they planned on getting it in the UK this year, but obviously with Corona and everything that's going on, it's delayed.
They said it's going to be at least like another 8 months.
Yeah.
Till they know when it's going to come over, and then even then, because we're obviously in the Isle of Man and stuff, we don't know where we'll be in the list. And obviously he starts school like next year and he doesn't walk or talk, so it's really difficult. So we're just like it has been hard, because like it's a big thing to obviously want to reach out and like, actually go public with it, but it's at the point now where it's like we don't feel like we're getting really anywhere, so we're just trying to take things into our own hands a bit more and
I mean,
go private.
You've touched on it a bit there, but how difficult is it not having that diagnosis and not knowing what it is you need to do to help?
Well, of course it is, because like we still don't know if he ever will walk or talk, and it is obviously difficult, and he's getting more frustrated as he gets older, obviously, and he sees kids in the park and stuff and can't play. It's not nice, but
it's like when we actually get the diagnosis, we'll know by the research and things about diagnosis that what we can actually do to help him the best. But there's so many like genetic syndromes, there's like thousands, and they all have really like similar symptoms, so it's like really hard to kind of find out. But obviously that's why we've chose to go private, and there's a doctor in London and we're going to go with him, and just that's why we were raising the money, because obviously it is expensive, and obviously we're here and it's flights and
and even for like consultations, like you're talking like 400 quid just to speak to them on Skype. So like
So how much in total are you needing to raise?
We don't have an exact figure, because like, it is quite hard with physio over here as well. Like there's physio over in he goes like he has half an hour in a pool a week. Hydrotherapy, and we don't really feel like that's enough getting him walking. So we might need to go private. For physio as well.
Well, I was going private when he was about 2. Me and my mum and me and you went a few times to Liverpool, and we went privately, and obviously we couldn't keep up with the costs, though it was too expensive. But we did ask his paediatrician over here if we could, because I spoke to Alder Hay and they said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. He's already in the system. If you just get a referral, then he can come over for physio. But obviously his paediatrician over here said it was a funding issue, so we couldn't go with that.
What's the response been since you have started the fundraising?
It's been amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been so good, honestly. Like, people have been so generous, and we've had so many lovely messages and a lot of people sharing the story.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, we can't thank everyone enough for everything they've done. It's been amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah, because originally we put 3,000, didn't we? Because we thought, obviously we don't know, it could actually be more than that, because that's just for one test, and if he gets this one test and it's not that, it's like we've got to keep going, because you can only test for one specific syndrome that you think. But we put 3,000 because we thought like the consultation, the flights, obviously the actual testing's a lot as well, but then it's gone over that now. I think it's on like over 4,500, isn't it?
4,500 we've raised.
Yeah.
And in a short space of time.
Yeah,
it has been
really
amazing.
short space of time, yeah. So it's been so nice.
And I think you mentioned as well that some people had suggested doing events. Have you got anything specific in the pipeline?
Well, it's obviously a bit hard at the minute with COVID and stuff. because I was on the I was on the X Factor and stuff, and I was gonna bring like everyone over, do you know, to do like a fundraising concert and get everyone over to the Isle of Man, like who've been on the show and stuff.
And sell tickets.
And stuff like that. But obviously it has put a bit of a spanner in the works with COVID. But
we thought that would have been a nice idea though.
Yeah, it will be.
We would have just sold tickets
and then. Eventually,
yeah.
It will happen eventually, but.
So if someone does want to support you or just find out a bit more about Mason's story, where can they go to find out information?
Well, it's on your music page on Facebook.
On Sandbach Music. On my Sandbach Music page on Facebook, you can find the GoFundMe.
Yeah, and I put a lot of updates on my Instagram, which is Louise Smith, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where the link is. And I've wrote like on the fundraising page, it says like my story, and I've done, obviously I could speak about it for hours, but it's like a brief like paragraph about it.